And with the track saw, the problem is that you're putting the track and you're doing a straight cut. Us, 99% of the time, the cut is not straight, right? Because it's not only angled, for us it's curved. So with a circular saw or with a table saw, you can do that slight curve. With the track saw, you can't. On this panel, the column is made, or the side panel is made out of two panels, right? One visible from the outside of the vanity, one visible under the vanity. So the cut that I'm doing right now at the bottom, it's gonna have to be clean on the outside here and on the outside there. But if it were to be just one panel, you have to make sure that it's clean on both sides. That's when you're using a circular saw. You're always cutting it by hand, you're not cutting it on the table. So when you wanna have it clean on both sides and visible on both sides, especially the way we're going, because we're going cross grain now. If you were to cut with a circular saw straight like this, minimal chips on the veneer. But if you go with a saw like this, you're gonna chip a lot. Cut from the front of the piece or from the back, scoring with the knife actually and cutting the grain. And now we're gonna cut the back. And let's see that one if the height is okay, because I corrected the height, right?
Yes.
Phew.
Good.
Absolutely perfect. Meets the wall 100%. The whole house. It's
Is it from stone? No, they're
the whole house is, I forget exactly how many rooms there are. 10 different spaces, and we're doing the initial measurement so that we can start working on the production plans actually, because we're working off designer plans, which are already very comprehensive, but we're gonna tweak them to fit our construction parameters. We don't know yet if everything is gonna work exactly the way it was drawn on the designer plans, but that's why we're gonna take the measurements and go through all the details for construction purposes to make sure that the drafting plans reflect our construction methods and the idea behind the designer plans. It's always better when we measure if the person that's gonna be in contact with the design and drafting department in Montreal does the handwriting. Because you're gonna see there's little details that you're gonna have to make like notes on the side of the measurements. And if I make something that makes sense in my head, it's going to be very difficult for the person communicating the information to the design department. What did I mean by that? We would be here probably for 2-3 weeks.
3 weeks probably,
yeah, and complete everything. But then once there's only advantages for the builder or for the house. But there's disadvantages for us and some advantages. I don't have to worry about touching up almost anything, because when we come back with the finishings, with the everything that's painted, stained, most of the rough work is done.
The rough work is done, that's what Sergio's saying. So that when you panel up, yes, it's 2 trips, but it saves stress, you know, other
risk,
finger pointing, risk of damage, anything else.
If it needs to be broken down into levels or rooms, or we can do that as well. It's absolutely no problem.
That's why I said in drawings, I'm going to break it down per levels so that it makes sense. I'm not going to go all over the place. And then we can do, if they want, like, let's say if they're one priority on kitchen and bathrooms, and then we keep mudroom, laundry room, other stuff to the end, you know, the furniture piece or whatever. That's not as priority as...
I can't wait, honestly, to see what you guys are going to say at the end of this experience. Oh, he's going to see.
This is a full house new build with the new collaborator, and we're super excited to start on it. So first time measuring, first time seeing the house. We're going to take pre-drywall measurements, and we're in the master suite. So we're doing his vanity, her vanity, and then in the back there, makeup vanity.